Today I'm gonna talk about Ethel Cain's new album, Perverts. I saw a lot of people on TikTok being like, are you even allowed to say this word? And I didn't know it was such a bad thing to say. Like, I know it's not a good thing to tell someone, but like, but anyway, that's not the point. This album, I've seen a lot of Ethel Cain fans saying they didn't like it, and I think that's really weird. You know, they are like saying that, oh, what did she put that out? Like, it's such a weird thing for her to do. But I don't think it's weird for her to do. You know, I think it's very on brand. I just think it's a good piece of music, you know. And I think she did say that she was not going to refer to it as an album. I guess just like a musical project or something like that. But I am going to refer to it as an album because I'm probably gonna forget as I talk during this video. Now, this piece of art is very dark and eerie, so I do understand why a lot of people didn't like it. But the album before this one, Preacher's Daughter, was also quite dark and eerie, and I do understand that like some of the songs were more upbeat, maybe like American Teenager is probably the most popular song from the album, and a lot of people like it because it's more like an upbeat pop song, you know. And I do like that song a lot, but I gotta say I do like her darker work more. And I guess not really surprising for the people who know me, but maybe for like the general public it might be surprising, but I like this album more than Preacher's Daughter. It's more like the kind of thing that I would listen to. I like a lot like ambient music and just like spoken word, drone music in general. That's the kind of thing I like. So it makes sense for me to like it, but I am confused that other people aren't liking it. If you are an Ethel Cain fan and you like her style, I feel like this is very much her style, you know, it just fits there. Even if it doesn't sound like the album that she put out before, you know, it just makes sense for her to do something like that, in my opinion. If you haven't listened to it, give it a chance. It's really good, and if you are into more like experimental music, I think you are gonna like it. Yeah, if you haven't listened to it, what can you expect? I do think this album is more contemplative, you know, like it's not the kind of thing you would put as background music while you do your homework or you do chores in general. It's really good and it's quite dense, so it's very nice to be actually paying attention to it. The first time I listened to it, I just sat on the couch and with my headphones on and didn't do anything, and that's the experience I would recommend. And what can you expect about it musically? Like I said, it's pretty long and each song is quite long. The shortest song I think is 7 minutes. But yeah, I really like this. It's very dark. If I were to define like the genre of it, I would say dark ambient. It does have lyrics on it, and I saw a lot of people saying that that's what they like the most. Like I saw a girl on TikTok saying like, guys, I know this album was really weird, but at least we can appreciate the lyrics. And sure, it's good to appreciate the lyrics, but I feel like you should really try to appreciate the sounds in it and not be like, oh, I'm going to ignore them because the lyrics are good. Like, no, appreciate the sounds. That's really good. This album might be dense and it might be difficult for some people who aren't used to this kind of music, but it is really good. So I would suggest you give yourself the time to actually pay attention and enjoy what is going on, and not just like look up the lyrics and be like, oh, a nice poem or something like that. Like, no, that's not what it is. And it's just good music. You should listen to it, I think. And the music itself is quite repetitive, yes, but it has really building this atmosphere of darkness and eeriness and all that, and I think it's really good. I think we can all appreciate darkness and just unsettling things in art, you know. Music doesn't have to always be upbeat and happy, it's fine. I'm not gonna talk too much about each song because I do feel like I would spend a lot of time doing that because each song is quite dense. They last a lot. So I'm just gonna tell you my favorite songs on this album. My main one, my favorite was Tatorkia. I don't know how to pronounce that word. I did a little bit of research, and I think she just made that word up. Like on Reddit, some people were saying that orchia is like a Greek word for testicles. I actually don't know. And it would make sense because the album is called Perverts, and it makes sense that that would be the name. Also, some people were saying that the ta at the beginning could be for like thanatos, death. So maybe like death of testicles, which would also make a lot of sense. I also found that the fraction torquia, I don't know how to pronounce it because it's like also a Latin word, so I don't know, not a Latin word, an Italian word. I don't know any Italian actually. Torquia apparently is like a very deep or intense like pain, I think. But I really don't know. I don't know where that word came from. This song has no words in it. It's just like completely instrumental. It does have her voice in it. She's like vocalizing in the background like halfway through the song. And I think it's very beautiful. This song is so beautiful. It's still eerie, but I don't feel it's as like unsettling as the others. It's one of the most palatable songs in this album. I think the song is truly beautiful. It's like whimsical. Then I also really like the song Onanist. This song again really beautiful. I do think it's on the softer side of the songs in this album. Maybe I don't know. 'Cause like maybe the other songs are quite terrifying, and I feel like this one doesn't sound as terrifying. It has kind of like a rock section by the end, like I'm pretty sure it's a guitar, like an electric guitar. I actually don't know if that's what's um, making sound, but like there's this noise that starts and it sounds quite heavy. So the song starts very calm, then it starts building up, it becomes heavy, and I think it's really good. I'm not sure if I would put it on second place or third place because I also really like uh, another song which is Spanish, and I think she released this song before the rest of the album. I really liked it because I would say it's also like more of a nicer song. But the lyrics are so disturbing. They are not as explicit. There is just one part. She says he was a natural plushes. That's the only part that gives you like a more explicit reference to what the song is talking about. But yeah, this song has a very dark background. I was doing some research on like the song and the story because there was like an actual story that inspired this song. It's not just like a story that she came up with. And she said, I think on Tumblr, she said that she thought of writing this song after visiting Miracle Village. I don't remember the actual name of this place, but Miracle Village is a place in Florida where they send child molesters or just sex offenders in general, I think. Because by law they can be close to any place children where there's children, because of course, it makes sense. But I was researching like about that, and I don't know, it just messed up with my head. I was like, oh, it's just so dark, to think about it. I really like this song Punish because it really makes you think, and it's just so dark, but it sounds nice. I really liked it. I really liked how she sings in the song. I think Punish is more on the shorter side of the songs in this album. The rest of them are about 10 minutes long or so. I did like all of them. I can show you on my Spotify. The whole album has like the that the thing. I thought it was really nice. I did like it more than Preacher Started. I think I already said that. Um, and should you listen to it? I'm not sure. Like I don't know if I should tell people to listen to it because it's so dark. Um, but I would, like if I hadn't listened to it, I would like someone to tell me you should listen to it because it's so good. Like I wouldn't miss on it personally. But like it is quite uncomfortable. It makes you feel terrified at times. There weren't any songs I didn't like, but I feel like for me the most terrifying one was House of Psychotic Women. You know, because it sounds very scary because it has this line just repeating over and over again, which is I love you. But it's like, you know, it's a positive thing to say, you know, like I love you is usually a nice thing to say to someone. But it just makes it sound so terrifying. So for me that was the most uncomfortable song. But I still liked it, you know, because it sounds really cool. I don't mind being uncomfortable, I guess, by art. So yeah, should you listen to this album? Like I said, I'm not sure, it depends. So how would I rate this album? I feel like mm, maybe a 9, honestly, maybe even a 10. And yeah, that's it. I am not gonna make a list of like my ranking for each song this time because I don't know. Well, maybe if I do, I will place it here. And if I don't, then you're just gonna see an empty space on that clip. That's everything I have to say. I think I hope you like this video. I am trying to think if I'm forgetting of something that I wanted to say. I don't remember. So hope you like this video. If you did, please leave a like, of course. Um, and yeah, I don't know. See you next time.